So how do TDU courses help you? So when Jasmine and I were designing the TDU lighting courses, we had one goal in mind. We wanted to take somebody, you in this example, from having a basic knowledge of 3D software, just an understanding of how to navigate around the space, how to save out a file, how to open a file, how to render something. And we want to take you to the point where you have the skills, the knowledge, the assets, everything that you need to create an amazing demo reel and get you the job that you want as a lighting artist. So how do we do that? How exactly do we get from A to B? So we take you from the basics knowledge of 3D software, we take you into our Power of Light course. Now, the Power of Light course is similar to what we discussed in the beginning of this, the whys of lighting. We'll talk about shaping and directing the viewer's eye. We'll talk about creating using reference to create beautiful images. And we will start you off with just some simple geometry and using that geometry to get those basic points. So here's some examples of student work. This was, again, just using simple geometry, spheres, toruses, planes, and just using those to help communicate a visual style and help getting an understanding of how we're able to take something to get us from what we want to create to actually making it. Because I'm sure each and every one of you has an artistic eye. And it's what got you into this game in the beginning, right? It's this understanding of the way something looks. It looks cool. It looks neat. It looks. I like color. I like the way that something looks dramatic. But now it's understanding how to take it from that point and getting it to an end game. So how do we create the looks that we want to make? And that's what we focus on in the Power of Light course. From the Power of Light, now that we've got this base foundation understanding of lighting, we move on and we start talking about materials and shaders, because lighting is nothing without shaders. They work together much like they do compositing, which we'll talk about here in a second. But light and shaders work together so well. And so in this course, Jasmine takes you through lighting our TDU character, Mia. She'll take you from start to finish. She'll talk about lighting or texturing and creating shaders for the skin, for the hair, for the garments. This is the demo of the scarf. And by the way, all these demos are time-lapse. We don't actually go through them this quickly. I just wanted to show you multiple things. So we want to take you through the entire process so you understand it from start to finish. Sorry. We want to take you not only through the garments, but like I said, the eye. So we want to create the eye lighting, the eye shaders, and everything in between. So we move from the shaders into character lighting. So again, not only are we focused on getting the shaders right in the eye, we want to show you how to light an eye, because the eye is how you make a connection with the character. It's how like an audience feels that connection. So we want to make sure that we're doing in the shader and we're doing in the lighting and that we're really, really nailing it. And again, this Mr. Bean walkthrough was an example of that character lighting. Now, we gave this to our students and they created some incredible, gorgeous things. Again, it was just the simple headshot of Mr. Bean, but using the knowledge from the Power of Light, using the knowledge from the character lighting course, they were able to use light, color, all these different things to create some really beautiful stuff. Additionally to Mr. Bean, you'll bring in your own characters, you'll bring in other characters that we use. This is a minion that was done by, in a couple shots here, done by Ryan Hansford. And again, we're just communicating a visual language through character lighting to get us to a point where we can make some beautiful images to have for our demo reel. Because again, all of our classes are about getting work for your demo reel. We are also developing our TDU bunny. This is our mascot. This is our pet project we've been working on for a while. So we've taken some early designs. We've built this character, and this is going to be totally available for the character lighting course. We've designed the fur. We've hired a modeler. We've hired a texture artist. We've got one of the best riggers in the industry. We've got a fur artist from Real Effects creating the fur body. And now we're going to start animating the character. And this character is going to become available to you in the TDU character lighting course. After character lighting, that's all well and good, but you need to light environments as well. So in our environment lighting course, we focus on not only the alley asset that you see, because we know that gathering assets for lighting is very important to you all. So we want to make sure to give you the assets that you need, not only the knowledge and the skills, but also the assets to light. So we give you this alley. We show you how we light it. We show you some different examples. We talk about things that are specific for environment lighting, things that will help us take what seems like a small model and make it feel big, make it feel like a vast space. We'll also take it and make something feel very small. Something like this Lego scene, make it feel like it's a very small space. This is our this was just done by one of our students, Jesse Milky, and he really took the TDU alley and made it really beautiful, made it really glowy, made it really happy, and created the mood, the shaping, and the color that we look for. And we can take this asset and you can light it in a bunch of different ways. You can create more photorealistic interiors if you want. We'll help you along that path. If you're creating something a little darker, a little murkier, we'll help you along there as well. This is one of the assets that we gained from the Turbo Squid. So we work with companies to acquire 3D models that our students can use. We work with partnerships. We have a partnership with Boutique 23 for their characters. We develop our own characters. In this case, we worked with Turbo Squid to get the swimming pool, the Capitol building, and in this case, we worked with Kitbash 3D for this entire Victorian city. So you can download this. You have access to this for free as part of the course, and you can light this and again, add all this to your demo reel. So from the environment lighting course, we then build. So as you can see, we're just building and building and building from this base knowledge into some more specifics. So now we're getting into compositing. So some of the stuff that we talked about in that lighting walkthrough, we talk about in the compositing course. And the whole point of this compositing course for me, and this was a real personal project for me because compositing was my bugaboo for a long time, was demystifying the compositing process, specifically a node-based compositing software. Understanding what's happening in the step-by-step process, understanding the power that you have in the compositing process, not only to manipulate color and understand how color works, but understand layering, understand the way that the images are built together. And in this course too, I'm also really proud of the fact that we talked about the history of compositing in our medium, the history of compositing in animated films and in film in general. And what we will do is we will teach you how to add characters to a surrounding, how to add elements to an image, how to make glows, how to make things just kind of sparkle. It really is just all about giving that added polish to your image. Because anytime you see anything on the screen, you're not seeing straight renders. It's like seeing a film that doesn't get any sort of color grading or color correction in the end. It just doesn't happen. Everything goes through the compositing process in the end. So we want to give you the tools to take you through the entire pipeline from shading to lighting into compositing and out the door. So you can have clean, polished, final images. After compositing, we bring it all together in our biggest, most elaborate course, and this is our lighting and animated film course. Lighting and animated film takes all of these elements and it brings them all together. So we have created this entire 7-shot animated short, made it 100% completely available to you to use as our students. You can download the assets. You can, everything's shaded in Arnold. You can light it however you wish. You can do anything that you want with it. And again, have animated characters and assets to add to your demo reel right now, today. You can go on to sign up today. You can download and have them right now. Because not only are we giving you these things, I actually show you the entire process of lighting an animated film. So Jasmine and I take you through the process of master lighting shots, matching from shot to shot. Because again, when you're watching a film, it doesn't matter how good a single shot is, it matters how they flow together. I'm sure we've all seen a film where there's like one shot that looks a little bit off and it completely takes you out of the moment, completely takes you out of the scene. We don't want that for your films. If you want to make your own animated project, this is how you light that animated project. We'll show you the step-by-step process. We'll show you what has been proven in the industry and what you can do for yourself. We'll also work with you to understand, to learn how to develop your own animated short. So again, we give you this asset, but if you're lighting your own project and you want to do that, we'll teach you how to talk about light, how to think about light, and how to use light to the best of your advantage in your animated short. And we will work with you step by step through that entire process. So now we've got the lighting and animated film course. Now we've got something that I've never ever seen before in any other online school. This is something that really, I think, makes us special, makes us a little bit different. This is our getting and succeeding at our job in CG. Jasmine takes you through the entire process of building a demo reel, applying for jobs, interviewing for jobs, salary negotiation, what to do once you get in the industry to thrive, and all the steps in between. And it's not only us. We've interviewed Deb from Blue Sky, who's a recruiting and talent developer there. I also conducted an interview with Malia Mason, who is who is a tenured professor at Columbia, and her focus is in salary negotiation and negotiations in general. So we talk about how, when you get your job, how do you negotiate your first salary? And then from there, how do you negotiate a raise? And there's no like super tricks or anything. This is like straightforward, common sense, honest feedback on how you go about doing those things. So that's it, from start to finish. From beginning with simple, basic 3D knowledge to getting an introduction in the power of light, building it in the materials, building it even more in characters and environments, polishing your shot in compositing, bringing it all together in lighting and animated film, and then putting your reel together and applying for jobs and getting and succeeding at your job. And that's how you get it. Something extra is we throw in a couple extra classes too. So along the way, you're probably going to have some technical questions. And at TDU, we focus on the art. We don't care what render engine you use, because when you apply for jobs, they don't care either. They want to see that you're a good artist. But we know that you have to know this software too. So we don't want to bog these classes down with, okay, this is how you hit this button, this is how you hit that button. Included in our courses, we've got the TDU Arnold for Maya workshop and the Arnold and the Redshift workshop as well. So in these two courses, we will show you the basics of how to work with Arnold and how to work with Redshift. Redshift should be available soon. Arnold is available today. Now, the one thing that I really think helps us separate TDU, again, from the rest is our ability to critique and improve images. So we give critiques any way that we can. We will just sometimes write out a quick response if somebody has a quick question. If we'll do paint over critiques where we just manipulate your image and send you back. We also like to do video critiques whenever we can. And in video critiques, I will take a look at your work, or Jasmine will take a look at your work, and we record a video and get it back to you within 24 hours of what you're up to. We'll talk about ways to improve it. We'll talk about reference that we're looking at, because we love talking about this stuff, and we can talk about it all day. So through our critiquing, we're able to improve student work, because it's all great that you can go on YouTube and watch this stuff on your own, but unless you have a professional reviewing it and helping you improve, you're never going to take your image from this to this. You're going to look at this and be like, this is great, I'm done. You're never going to know that you can improve it. And I'm not saying anything against anybody. I couldn't have done this. You need to bounce your ideas off of people who know. And that's how you get better. It's repetitive, taking something, showing it, getting critique, and improving it. And so that's what we focus on. 24 hours. We try and get you feedback on your work within 24 hours. Saturday, Sunday, holidays, we do a weekend. Every once in a while, we do take times with our family. We'll let you know then. But we focus on trying to get feedback within 24 hours to get you the critique and the feedback and keep you improving, keep you motivated. Because we know if you have to sit there and wait for too long, that it won't happen. This is one of my favorite critiques ever. So this was the initial posting to our TDU forum. From there, we improved the lighting. We worked with the artist to get more of a mood, to get more understanding. And then we not only worked with the lighting, but we also wanted to improve the camera. So we shifted the camera on to create a more dynamic scene. And then we kept pushing and pushing. And there's probably 35 iterations of this before we got to the final image. And then we felt like we really had something there. So again, from start to finish. And that's what we want to do for you too. And this is what we bring to the table with TDU courses. So we talked about how we can take someone from the power of light, or basically from a basic understanding of 3D, and taking them all the way through to having a demo reel that competes for the best jobs in the industry. And we know that this works, not because we theorize it, but because we've done it before, and we've been there a lot. So I'm going to introduce you to a couple students who have used our lighting program to get jobs. This is Anwar Figueroa. He is phenomenal. He was a great artist that we met, and he started in our Power of Light course. He was, at the time, he was living in, he's from Mexico. He was working down there. He was working for a small shop and just really wanted to learn how to be a lighter. So we took him through. He started the way that all of our students do in the Power of Light course. Again, some simple shapes, just getting a good understanding. He built that into the character lighting course. He used our access to the Boutique 23 characters to get Piao here. And then he's the one that actually created this alley environment. And he's letting all of our students use that after him, which is a great, I'll get to our community, but I love our students, and we create a home that everyone tries to help each other here. So Anwar actually donated this asset to our students, but we worked with him to develop the lighting on this. From there, Anwar got a job. He was working on the film Storks. And we helped him get him through to that process. From there, he went on to work on Spider-Man or Superman versus Batman. And most recently, he worked on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which, as you guys know, won the Academy Award. So this picture made us so happy to see Anwar go from somebody in Mexico who was just trying to get into the industry. He didn't have a college degree. He was nervous about getting a work visa. He asked us about that process. We worked with recruiters here in the States to answer his questions about what that would mean for somebody not having a college degree and the obstacles that would, and we helped him overcome those and get him into the career and ultimately get him to work on some of the best film of the last year. Let's meet another student. We've got Shane Sternstein. Shane started with us about a year ago. Shane started the same way. Simple objects, simple lighting, shaping, directing the viewer's eye. He built it from there. We continue to build. We get into our environment, learning to environment light, getting to direct the viewer's eye, creating mood, creating understanding of what we're going through, building that into character lighting. This is Shane working in Redshift to create this character lighting, this scene. And as you can see, Shane ultimately used the knowledge and the skills he gained at TDU to get a job as a lighter at DreamWorks Animation. And one of the things that we like to show is not only do we help students grow and gain and become members of this industry, but we create a really strong community at TDU. So Shane's actually the instructor for the Redshift course, and he'll show you how to light this asset. He's actually going to give you guys access to this entire scene. So not only will you learn Redshift, but you'll have access to use this and put this on your demo reel too. So that's how Shane, Anwar, and countless other students have used all of our courses to go from beginning their career into where we are now. So all of our courses, you can, if you choose to, you can purchase them individually. They're accessible to you. We price them accordingly. But what we're here to talk about is not only just picking and choosing the individual courses, but actually taking them all and bundling them all together, which is what we do in our ultimate lighting bundle. And this is, again, what you would need to take you from start to finish. Now, if we took all those classes and you bought them each individually, that would be $3,791. But since we want you to take all these classes, we want you to have this experience, we want you to have this knowledge, we've reduced that price by nearly half and made it $19.99.